Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Closer.
Literally. Literally.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Let's get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Come on, get it together.
Rabbits in the house. 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 Rabbits
You
in
better
the
get it
house.
together. We gon' get it together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits
Get
in
it
the
together.
house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits
You
in
better
the
get it
house.
together. We gon' get it together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Get together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Closer.
Literally. Literally.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the
Let's get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Let's get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house.
Come on, get it together.
Rabbits in the house. 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 Rabbits
Get
in
it
the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Get it together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits
You better
in the
get it together. We gon' get it together.
Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house. Rabbits in the house.
Get together.
Literally, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. We are back. We are back once again. Once again, we are back with another live. What is going on in Dolton? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. We are continuing. We are on part 12. Part 12. I actually thought it was part 11, but then I realized that I messed up on my count. So we are actually on part 12. Disregard my numbers in the past couple videos. My number's off. We are on part 12. And our last meeting that we witnessed was on September 20 something. September 20 something. Can't remember. But it was in September. I believe. God damn. Let me double check. Let me double check. So I can be accurate. Exactly what day was the last meeting that we watched? And that was September 27th, 2021. Now since that day, two meetings occurred. A town hall meeting and a finance meeting. We didn't strictly doing the board meetings. But it's highly possible that some things in the finance meeting or the town hall meeting could have some spillover into the meeting that we're watching today. So this meeting that we're watching today is on October 4th. This is the follow-up meeting. This is the next board meeting after September 27th, which is the one we watched in the prior live stream. Okay? So we're going to get to it. Wabbit Bot is in full effect. We got merch. You guys can check out the We the Wabbit store. The store is back up and running. One way you can support this channel is by getting some merch. We got different kinds of merch, and we got some stuff, and it's expanding. So give the store a check out if you haven't checked out the store already. See if you see anything you like, or just buy something just to support. That too. Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving, shout out to the chat. Now, as we seen in the last couple live streams, there's been a actual observation of a shift in how Tiffany is handling her administration and her trustees. At this point, Tiffany is now playing the same game that the trustees is playing. She's starting to be petty, increasingly petty. I have to say that the trustees has been petty from the start, and Tiffany's petty was not as overt as their petty. She definitely had some petty, but she used to kind of keep it a little discreet. The trustees, on the other hand, their petty has been out in the open. And in the last couple meetings, I've been noticing Tiffany's petty has become overt. And her petty has become so overt that even I'm saying Tiffany on some bullshit. Okay? It doesn't negate anything that I said about the trustees. It just adds Tiffany to some of the things I'm saying as well. That's all it does. It doesn't make them any better. Because they still the people that I saw doing the things that they was doing. However, now Tiffany is now in the group with them because, like, bro, all y'all on some bullshit. Like, you're not being no better than them. And for me, I hold Tiffany to a higher standard than the trustees because of her title.
_Robert King 1 year anniversary, double exclamation mark, hey now, smiley face.
Shout out to Letitia, Third Eye POV. Let's make Letitia great again. What's up, Letitia? She says, 1 year anniversary. Hey now. Yeah, we made it. Shout out to Letitia rocking out with the Wabbitry for 1 year. For a whole year, man. We've been doing the damn thing. Yeah, so because of Tiffany's title, I hold her to a higher standard. Titles for no reason. You understand? And just like a police officer, you're held to a higher standard than a regular citizen. So, I hold Tiffany to a higher standard than the trustees. So even if the trustees is unprofessional and insubordinate, I still don't expect that behavior from her. Because she is the mayor and her title supersedes their title. And it's like, even if they do it, you can't do it because you're the mayor and you're held to a higher standard. The minute she starts lowering her standard to play in the mud with the trustees, she automatically lose. You automatically lose. So this is the beginning of Tiffany's losing streak because she started playing in the mud with the damn trustees. Shout out to everybody that's continuing the Wabbitry. Fats TV in the building. Let me say what's up to my people, man. Kiss My Cheeks, Letitia, Steve A, TP, Egon Breezeblot, Uncle L, Heck Money. Let's to the YouTube God in the building. Shout out to the chat. Yvonne May. Highly Just Jay. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, we about to get to it. Get to it.
Yes.
October 4th, 2021. This is the next board meeting. This is the next board meeting from the last board meeting, which was on September 27, 2021. However, do know and take a note that there were 2 meetings in between this time. So between September 27th and October 4th, 2 other meetings took place that were not board meetings. One meeting was the financial meeting, and another meeting was a town hall meeting. The mayor had a town hall meeting. This particular series has been strictly about the board meetings. But we have to, if certain events transpire in this live stream, in this video, we would have to take note that some events might have transpired in those other 2 meetings to result in some of the things that we're seeing here. Not sure, just throwing it out there. Not sure, just throwing it out there. Just in case, we hear something that we're not privy to. It might be because it happened, in those other meetings. So, without any further ado, Kiana, you looking kind of nice there. Look at Kiana looking all nice in the corner. Kiana, that yellow look good on you. It matches your skin. It brings out your skin tone. That yellow look good on Kiana, don't it? Kiana, I like that yellow on you. I do. I think the yellow fits her. Kind of like a Big Bird kind of feeling. Give me like a Big Bird kind of, like a Big Bird kind of feel, kind of look. You know what I'm saying? You know Big Bird from Sesame Street. Give me one of those Big Bird kind of feel. You know what I mean? It looks good on you. Looks good on you. Shout out to the chat. I can't stand Trustee Belcher, bro. Listen, listen. I can't stand Trustee Belcher, but um, it would not allow me to be biased and not acknowledge when she's making valid points and when she's absolutely in her right. Even though I can't stand her, I definitely have to acknowledge valid, and she has times when she's very valid. I just can't stand her unprofessionalism. God damn, that's what I can't stand. Like me as a person, I don't really know her, so I'm only speaking on what I see. I don't like that the position she holds. She's so unprofessional. I don't like it. Now I can see how people can say the same thing about Tiffany. When I look at it, I have to say that shit that Belcher be doing, that shit ain't nothing like that shit. What Tiffany do ain't nothing like what Belcher be doing. I can see how people can be like, well, they both do show unprofessionalism. Absolutely right. But look at the difference though. This nigga unprofessional, this nigga's unprofessional. You feel me? So it'd be like, you can't see the difference? I can tell you that this glass has water in it. And I can also tell you that this glass got water in it. But I can see that this glass got more water in it than this glass. You can't see that? You see? You feel me? My thing is, I can see that both glasses got water, right? Because that's what they be like. Well, both of the glasses got water. I'll be like, yeah, but you don't see how full this glass is and how much this glass got less water in it? That's what I'm pointing out.
They can speak at any point where there's public.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're gonna start this. We're gonna observe. And let's see how it goes, man.
Participation, or even if the mayor tenders the floor to them.
Thank you.
They can speak at any point where there's public participation, or even if the mayor tenders the floor to them.
Thank you.
All right.
Mayor, can I be recognized?
Sure. Go ahead, trustee.
Attorney Welch, Attorney Raines, just a quick question in reference to the statement that you made. So does that mean even if it's for public announcements and citizens address, are all of the comments going to be read into file then?
So the individuals who are speaking, that the mayor tenders the floor to speak, they will be made a public record. So that when they're speaking, it'll be put into the record. So it won't have to be read because they'll be given their report.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? All right.
Yes, ma'am, may I be recognized?
Sure. Go ahead, trustee.
I would just like to thank everyone, thank all the residents who attended our movie in the park with the trustees this last Thursday. We had a great time, all the children. I've had so much fun. I'd like to thank the trustees who are participating and joining everyone, and that's it. So thanks all the residents for coming out on last Thursday.
Mrs.
All right,
Baker.
thank you so much. Next on the agenda, we have citizens address. Terry, can you please read any questions?
Right now, there are no questions. They're just saying hello to everyone.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have village clerk's report. Clerk Key, you have the floor.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, as far as what's going on with homes and all that stuff, I'm not looking into anything until the FBI and the police look into it. When they look into it, I'll look into what they look into. Because until the police are involved, regular folks is not qualified to pass lawful judgment on people. They're not qualified. They don't even know how the law works. So until the law gets involved and the law starts speaking on it, I will cover what the law is saying, because at the end of the day, nothing that regular folks say is going to be valid until it gets validated by the actual law and stuff like that. So, yeah, not interested until I die.
Good evening, board and board of trustees, department heads, and residents. I'm requesting that the board approve minutes for June 22nd all the way to August 30th. One of the minutes is missing from June 7th. I had some corrections that I needed to make. I didn't get it back in for this meeting, but I would like to send it to you guys via email and get an email consent for that one as well.
All right.
So if I can get a vote to approve the minutes.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes? Attachment A, special board meeting of trustees, June 22nd, committee of the whole, July 19th, 2021, special board meeting, July 31st, 2021, regular board of trustees, August 2nd, 2021, and special board of trustees, August 30th, 2021. Is there a motion?
A motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
There's a motion and second. Call the roll.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Brown. Brown
Aye.
and trustee House.
Sorry.
Aye.
The motion passed.
All right, thank you. Next, we have communications from the clerk.
Yes, I do have communications tonight. Thank you, everyone. I just want to update you guys on a few things that the clerk's office is currently doing. As you know, the clerk is responsible. She's the keeper of the records for the entire village. And that's a very important and tedious process because currently our records are not very well organized. So in doing that, you guys approved me, I believe early on, maybe May or June, to purchase a remote software called Laserfiche, which is a software that allows me to store documents and records into a cloud format where they are always stored in the cloud and we don't have to rely on paper documents so often. This program is amazing. I'm still working out the kinks. I know Derek is not on this this meeting tonight, but Derek has been very instrumental. Derek, our IT person, he's been very instrumental in helping me put this program together. Like I said, I'm still storing documents. I have quite a few that are not in there yet, but I will be able to put all the ordinances, the resolution, board meetings, agendas, you name it, any records that are maintained in the clerk's office will be maintained in these files. One of the great things about this files, and one of the things that I ran on, is codification. Unfortunately, records have not been codified in the clerk's office for a very long time. But because I will be able to store all of these documents into this file, when I begin the codification process, it will go much smoother because I would already have all the ordinances in there, all the resolutions, all the things that are required for codification. Fortunately, for the previous clerk, she did start scanning documents all the way back from 1998. So all of those things are going to be transferred over into this database, this software. So when the codification process takes place, it's just simply transferring the documents over so they can codify. I think it would save us some money because, as Attorney Rain has mentioned to me, codification is very expensive and it's very time consuming. So this particular program will kind of cut the process down a little bit, maybe more than I even realized. I just have not spoken to anyone in regards to codification right now.
And
the other thing, of course, that I'm hoping that is approved tonight, and I spoke about it in the COW meeting 2 weeks ago, is the GovQA program for FOIA, the software. And thank you guys for approving it to go forward. That would help our FOIA process move faster. I'm trying to schedule a brief training on October the 18th with the department heads or whoever they designate to just do a question and answer session with GovQA so that they can determine how to set up our FOIA system. So I'm very excited about that because, again, we have to bring things up to current standards. And right now, with things being done manually, they get lost, misfiled, or misplaced. And this way, them being stored into the clouds, they can be accessed from anywhere, from my home, from my phone, from anywhere. And this.
So in 2021, this government was primitive in as far as its technology, its software, its accounting capabilities. They were primitive. And people was not getting work done.
This is also a program that some of the other department heads heard that I was doing, and they're very interested in, saving their files in the same program. And when we purchased this, I set it up where other departments can pay $600 and also be able to store their files as well. And your files are only for you. Now, if I request a file from you, it'd be very simple for you to tap on that file and email it to me, but I cannot go into your records and pull your files. Only you can send them to me, just as my office. You cannot go into my files and pull my records. I can only send them to you. So I'm very excited about those two projects, and I'm looking forward to just rolling it out where everybody is able to just see actually how they operate. And my final thing, and this is one of the things that most of you know about me, I've always been a community person. I've always believed in doing things in the community. And for the past 9 years, I have a COPE program that I have conducted in the village of Dolton and other communities. So this year, I would like that program to be one of the first programs to come out of the clerk's office. I'm scheduled to meet with School District 148 and 49, Park District this week so that we can put a plan together to hopefully have a COPE giveaway this year, probably in December. But we are looking for sponsors and people to donate. I will commend Trustee House because when I first brought this program to Dolton 9 years ago, he was the branch manager at US Bank, and he was able to secure funds for me every year for this program. This has been a very successful program. I've introduced it to the township, to other communities, and now there are several locations in the South Suburb who host this program. So,
man, in small towns like this, man, one person could have been all different types of stuff. Like this man was a branch manager of the bank. Now he the trustee of finance and man, moving on up.
That will be it for my reports, and thank you very much, everyone.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have the village administrator's report. Dr. Brown, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. So we continue to ensure that we provide services to the residents of Dolton in the most efficient manner. I continue to do my assessment of the various departments. I wanted to announce that I did receive communication from the Illinois Secretary of State that they have approved an application to update our database. And so we will be receiving an updated vehicle sticker database. And once that's received, we will be sending out notifications to anyone who has not, who did not receive a notification before and did not pay for their village sticker. The Cook County came out and we took a tour of the railroad tracks for the $19 million CREATE project relative to making the tracks more efficient in Dolton. We also have reopened discussions with Cook County regarding the overpass of 142nd and Cottage Grove for those railroad tracks. The initially there's a $2 million engineering study that has to take place. We'll be talking to Cook County about that. The goal is it's a $42 million project to put an overpass over the railroad tracks at 142nd and Cottage Grove. The civic system is scheduled to be implemented in November. Staff training has commenced. Data conversions have also commenced. I will be meeting with Janet Johnson and the accountant to put together the documentation for the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency for the water meter loan. I performed an analysis concerning the American Rescue Act funds for the mayor. I am working on a ways and means for the finance committee, which was requested concerning how to better collect the water bills. We opened negotiations with the police union for the patrolmen for the union contract. Also open negotiations with ASME concerning the settlement for the layoffs for during the pandemic, and also negotiations will soon start with ASME as it relates to their contract. And those are my comments for today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda is engineer's report. Ron, you have the floor.
Good evening, Mayor Henyard, Madam Clerk, trustees, and residents and department heads. Besides the water meter projects, the alley projects, the roadway projects, and the sidewalk projects, the village has been notified that we'll be receiving $220,000 from a CDBG block grant that we applied for about a year ago. Those will be for roadway improvements. Those roads were selected about a year ago. It was Irving 148 to 149, Evans 149 to Sibley Boulevard, Jackson 144th to Pennsylvania, 148th Woodlawn to Kimbart, and also Caston Drive, Woodlawn to Dorchester. So we will be receiving the subrecipient agreement very shortly. That has to be approved by the board for the mayor and the clerk to execute. And once we submit that back to the county, then we'll receive our authorization to incur grant costs. So that's some great news for the village. So these are additional roadways that we will be improving next year in the village. And that's all I have this evening. And I will entertain any comments that the board may have.
You said that's for next year? This is Trustee Brown.
That is correct, yes.
Do you have a total of how many blocks that is?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 7 blocks will be resurfaced.
Okay. And how much is it per block again?
It all depends on the scope of work on each block. For example, if you look at Caston Drive, there's no curb or concrete work, it's just mill and overlay. So that'll cost less than some of the other blocks. So
it depends on the conditions they're in, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda, thank you, Ron. Next on the agenda is committee reports, Trustee Home, Police.
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great. All right. One thing been doing, and haven't stopped, is continuing to work the night shift as I've been doing, working up and down the streets, trying to find hot spots and turning that intel over to the chief. We have met and we will be hosting a committee meeting. We'll probably put it out tomorrow. It will be most likely this Friday. We'll put that information out. Another thing that I'm working on is to beat a cop, to beat a police. And what I'm saying is I'm trying to get a program where we can have a youth, get them uniforms. This is on the basketball side, for them to play against the police, to beat a cop. Then at the same time, I'm gonna talk to my other personnel, that's Kiana, to see how can she get used to on the fire side. That way we can keep this competition going. And if she can get 2 teams, I get 2 teams, we can keep it going, something for the youth. And in saying that, I'm gonna try to work to try to build winter activities, for them too. And I would like to see where we can also utilize, if we have Melody Fitness in the pool this day, I would like to use that. But if not, we'll move further to try to get a swimming pool, because I know some of these teams can swim. Some of them may be Olympic hopefuls. In saying that, we can have swimming competition with our teams here against the police, against the firemen. Then also, I want to reach out to the rest of the suburbs to see how we can get a swim off going against each suburbs. Your best 5 or your best 10, just Olympic styles, and bring families and just watch them swim and, get them trophies, get them awards. If we have to raise funds to pay for, the person that wins, we have to do what we have to do to keep them active, and that's one thing we have to look at is our youth. So those are a couple of things I'm working at. A lot more will be explained at the committee meeting that Friday. I'll be talking and give it the agenda to the clerk tomorrow. Thank you.
Holmes always be having some positive stuff, and he always seems like he's for the community. I've never really seen so far Holmes with the bullshit. You know what I mean? For the most part, when he speaks, he sounds sensible. When he speaks, he sounds sensible.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda is Melly Fitness, Trustee Brown.
Good evening, all. It'll be very, very brief. With the fitness center, after talking to the finance committee chair, we are still losing funds for the Melody Fitness Center. May through August, we have a loss of $25,000. So as of today, we don't have any plans as to what we're going to do with the Melody Fitness Center. But I will reach out to the mayor. I know you once spoke about maybe having the YMCA to come over and take a look at that facility. But as of today, we have no plans as to what we're going to do with that. But we still have the cafe that's the only vendor that's utilizing that facility right now. But we definitely have to come up with something because within 4 months, we've lost 25,000 and there's still 4 more months to continue throughout this year. So we definitely know we'll be at a loss. But I definitely will reach out to you. We can probably come up with a meeting to meet and see what are some of the ideas that we want to do with the fitness center.
Okay.
But that completes my report for this evening.
Okay, thank you, Trustee. And then I'll just give you back the update as it relates to Melly Fitness. It is on the table for YMCA. No one has gotten back with us. I know that the attorneys have reached out to them to get a clear answer of direction. Either A, they want to move forward with us and rent the facility, or is it a dead no? So I'm hoping to have some clarity by the end of this month is what I put the deadline as it relates to yes or no with YMCA. The second option on the table was regarding our government bodies. So that's the park, the library, and the school boards. Now I've met with all the presidents of each body, and they both have agreed that they would take on the burden as it relates to the price. They have to get their board on board in order to move forward. So I had Chris to divide the numbers to tell them each of how much it would cost if each of them take a portion of it. That way it can stay within the community and each of them can use it for the kids that do go to Thornridge, Lincoln School, things of that nature. So those are 2 options that is on the table currently for Melly Fitness. Next, we have Public Works. You're welcome. Public Works, which is Trustee Steves.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mayor. For Public Works, I want to give an update. I will be having a committee meeting coming up this month. We're going to be getting prepared for the winter time. As of today, they've hired enough to be at the minimum, which is 19 employees, which is good. And we put in a budget for 2.
Yo, talk about bring your kids to work, man. So this is the new thing. So every time Steve's is at work, he gonna have the baby with him. This what we doing? This what we doing? Come on, man. Like, bruh, what you doing, man? Imagine if there was a woman on there breastfeeding. Now imagine if they had a woman up there breastfeeding, man.
2 new snow plow trucks. So right now they're in the process of putting that together. So on my committee meeting, I will go into what's been happening over there and how we're getting prepared for the winter time. So we'll be prepared for the winter. So keep an eye out for that Public Works Committee meeting, and that's what, like I said, we'll go through the specifics of what's going on with it. But the whole goal right now being that it's up, the manpower is up to 9, the minimum staffing numbers are met. Now it's time to get some things done, and it's time to be prepared for the winter time. And that's it for my report.
All right, thank you, Trustee. Fire, Trustee Belcher.
Good evening, everyone. We had a fire committee meeting on September 28th, which went well. Tonight we'll be voting for the ESO software. My intention, thank you, committee, for helping out, is for us to have a fire committee meeting every month. Right now, I have no updates with the fire department outside of the vote tonight for the ESO. Thank you.
All right, next you have you, Trustee Norwood.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. I'm going to also have a committee meeting this month. Last month, I partnered with Coach Green and Dolton Park, and I took the women's traveling basketball team to the Chicago Skies WNBA game. So my goal is to encourage the youth. The women on the team, they really enjoyed the game. I was just hoping that they can see some other women be great at the sport, and I was hoping that it could encourage them. So that went well. I'm currently working on some cool ideas to partner with Thornridge for this winter. So I'm planning a big event for the high school, and hopefully, I heard Trustee Holmes say something about a friendly competition. So if you want, him and I can partner up and think of something cool that we can do this winter for the youth, and just give them some encouragement to continue out the school year and to build our morale in the community. So that is the end of my report, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Finance, Trustee House.
Thank you very much. Brief report. We had our finance committee meeting last week. I want to thank all those who came and all the different ideas that were thrown out there in the conversation. So I feel that we can continue moving forward. We will have our finance committee meeting this month, the last Wednesday, which is Wednesday, October 27th at 5:30 p.m. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Department Reports, Police, Chief Collins.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening. Good evening, trustees, Madam Clerk, Madam Administrator, fellow department heads, and also citizens. The police department finished the month of September and responded to 1,819 calls for service. A total of 249 traffic citations were issued. A total of, 135. A total of 389 parking citations were issued. 135 traffic citations. Criminal arrests were 34. 6 warrants were served. We also had a car show on September 25th, and it was held at the Melody Fitness Center. I want to thank the participants for bringing their cars out, and also the village officials that came out to support us. I also want to give a special thank you to Public Works for their constant support and hard work when they're always setting up and breaking down for all of our events. So thank you, Stacey Carroll, for your guys and the hard work that they do. In the last month, we have also sworn in 3 new patrol officers. Congratulations to Officer Jeremiah Lee, Gerald Rodish, and Officer Timothy Gist. 2 of them will be out of training fairly soon, and they will be adding to the manpower on the street. And I wanted to send out a reminder about 911. I often come across people who will tell me that they see things that go on in their neighborhoods and their street, and when asked if they called 911, they say they did not. I encourage people to call 911 when you see something. If you are apprehensive or afraid to call 911, at least set up something with a neighbor so that you can call a neighbor and have somebody call it in. Please notify us when things are going on so that we can get there right away. And an issue of missing persons, I just wanted to clear up so everyone will know you do not have to wait 24 hours to report an adult missing. That is a myth. If you have an adult family member or a friend that has been missing, you can report them missing right away. And also, if there is a juvenile that is believed to be missing or have run away, please report them immediately. Report them immediately. Mayor, that is the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Fire Chief McCain.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Village Clerk, trustees, department heads, and most importantly, residents for the Village of Dolton. Through the calendar year, January 1st through September 30th, the Dolton Fire Department has responded to 4,070 emergency incidents, 309 of which have been motor vehicle accidents, 888 fire-related incidents, 2,602 ambulance calls, and 270 runs that still have to be coded. Out of which there's been 186 total fire responses and 133 fires in the Village of Dolton, which includes, but not limited to, 16 structure fires, 20 kitchen fires or utility room fires, 41 vehicle fires, and the remaining of rubbish and some 53 auto responses out of town. And we appreciate the surrounding communities coming to our village as well, as we had several large incidents this month and a few major car accidents as well. So it's been a busy month of September, and we've gone right into Fire Prevention Month now for the month of October. And we're looking to partner with the village administration, with the mayor and the trustees and the other departments as far as having a fire department presentation for Fire Prevention Month. And we'll have a date set aside. We're looking at October 16th. We'll get more information once we define that day. We have to make sure that that corresponds with everyone else's schedule, but that's what we're looking for at this time. And we do have some smoke detectors to give away. So excited that we did get some smoke detectors from the Red Cross, and we can give some of those away to our residents. And we'll be looking forward to getting that information out to everyone. Again, similar with the police department, we also hired 3 new firefighters in the month of September, and they are also on their 3-month orientation process before their release as part of minimum staffing. So busy month, and we look forward to working with everyone. And Mayor, thank you for your support, and the Board of Trustees and other department heads. If there's no questions, that would complete my report.
All right, thank you, Chief. Next, we have Public Works. Thanks.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you. Good evening, all. Public Works is working together along with ComEd to switch all of the light fixtures to LED throughout the community. Public Works is also working along with Mead Lighting Company to make repairs to light poles and wiring infrastructure throughout the village. Public Works has cut down 23 large trees and have trimmed 15 trees. Public Works has completed 5 water service repairs along with 1 water main break. Public Works has installed 16 stop signs. Public Works is also overseeing the removal of the wood chip pile at 142 in Park. Public Works has been working on beautification of the Village Hall. Public Works has performed 5 emergency water shutoffs and also filled numerous potholes throughout the village. Public Works has completed restoration on 14 properties due to water main repairs. Public Works has also cut grass, weed whipped, and picked up paper at 13 properties and 5 vacant properties. Public Works has completed numerous loader pickups throughout the village. The gate at Public Works facility has been replaced due to the salt dome collapse last winter, and also a new salt dome roof has been completed. Along with other new hires, Public Works has also hired 2 new mechanics. Mayor, that completes my report.
All right, thank you.
Black Pearl, Mr. Fair Play.
Next, we have Water, William Moore.
I'm Mayor Henyard, the village clerk, trustees, village administrator, department heads, and to the residents. Here's my director's report for I spearheaded the property tax workshop at the Melody Fitness on Saturday, September 25th, along with the village administrator, Dorothy Brown Cook, Public Works, the police department, and a host of other volunteers. The Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi, and the residents learned how to find out more information about the assessment you receive on the appeal.
You're going in and out.
Even the water department on my way home, I'm sorry. County assessors Fritz Kagi and Thornton Township Assessor Cassandra Elston and their teams, the residents learn how to find out more information about the assessment you received in the mail, learn how to prepare and file an appeal, obtain information regarding their triennial or reoccurring every 3 years reassessment, and much more. Overall, the residents were pleased. As one of the residents stated, finally, we're getting something that can really help us other than parties and stepper sets. So I believe overall the residents were pleased. We had a monthly meeting, managers meeting with the Public Works Director, Stacey Carroll and his team, and my team. Our meeting as relates to the meter readers. Among other things, we discussed how to bring the meter readers over to the water department responsibly and with a well thought out plan. Having them in the water department allows for more accountability, having the meter readers read the meters in a timely manner and more efficiently and more effectively. So we're projecting to have them back in the water department sometimes late November, early November 2021. So definitely more discussion will be needed before this transition takes place. And civic systems, I heard Clerk Brown speak about, or Dorothy Brown, the administrator, speak about the civic system training is underway. We actually have our entire staff, along with our IT consultant, Derek Blocker, who is leading this project, Chris Marbello, our CPA. He's looking at it from the financial aspect as how us inputting this information looks on the DL side. And Patty Farrell, the civic systems conversion liaison, we're working and going full steam ahead with that. We actually had training on how to take payments and accept payments. Our entire staff has actually begun that training. And for the week of October the 15th, 12th to the 15th, we have utility billing training. And for the week of October 19th through the 20th, we have cash receipt training. So we're looking forward to that. And it seems like the system is going to work out fine for us. It's really user friendly. And lastly, Mayor, we have our customer service ticketing system. We're currently being trained by, again, the IT consultant, Derek Blocker, who's doing an extremely great job. He is at no cost to the village. We're currently utilizing the system. And if the residents have any concerns, they can go to support.vodalton.org/concerns. That's support.vodalton.org/concerns. And how this works is if the customers have a concern, they can go to the website, fill out the form, enter their concerns to the appropriate departments, even upload pictures and or documents related to the issue, and a ticket will be generated for the residents. That ticket comes to the appropriate department to resolve, or it can be assigned to the water department clerk to complete it. So it really is a system that takes away a lot of paper. When they go there, they can fill out, how they can actually, they can view their ticket and see the progress of that particular ticket. And on that ticket, it can be assigned to a particular department. And with that, it can be set up from the least amount of concern to an urgency, and then a ticket to completion. So I thank Derek Blocker for that. He's done extremely a great job with that. And this has really helped us out a lot. The system, day one, has proven valuable to the War Department to resolve the residents' concerns. So with that, Mayor, that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we're going to combine it. Brian Thigpen, you're going to do code enforcement and building permits. Brian, you have the floor.
Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
We'll start out with the building department monthly report. There were 89 building permits issued, 25 plumbing permits, 25 electrical permits, 23 homeowner permits, 19 contractor licenses issued, 9 business licenses issued, 1 liquor tax statement, 1 motor fuel tax statement, which also checks received, and 26 water meters purchased for a total of $81,753 and no cents. That concludes the building department report.
All right.
For the housing department inspectors and code enforcement report, there were a combined total of 136 disposals, waste, junk, and tire citations issued. There were 13 vacant property licenses, vacant property permits issued. There were 18 animal citations written, which are the rabies tag as well as the village license tag. There were 22 warnings issued. There were 27 rental inspections. There were 29 citations issued to landlords. There were 24 citations issued for overgrown bushes, overhanging branches, and there was a total of 196 tickets issued for grass and weeds. That concludes the stats report for code enforcement. Code enforcement and housing will begin training this month, October 12th, to study for the IRC, which is the International Residential Code. We will be training in the 2018 book, which 27 of our local communities still utilize the 2012. We're just gonna take it up a notch and go with the 2018, even though we will still be based on the 2012 codes. Code enforcement will also enter the basics and the intermediate code enforcement training in January of this year. I'm still waiting to get those dates back from the Basic Fire and Safety Academy, which actually hosts the code enforcement issues. And that concludes my report for tonight.
Okay, thank you so much. Next on the agenda, we have corporate bills. Trustee House.
Hold on. Listen. Right now, y'all, corporate bills. This is where it always goes wrong when it's time to pay the bills. We got the budget. We know that everything can be covered. Mad Bomber hasn't gotten paid yet. Mad Bomber is supposed to have gotten paid since July, and they're in October, and Mad Bomber hasn't gotten paid yet. And I think it's gonna come back up because it's gonna always come back up because they are due to get paid, right? So let's see how this works. Let's see how this goes, man. Dun, dun.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm pulling up the list right now. We have 2 warrant lists to be read. Combined, we have the corporate payments register 198. These are the physical checks that are issued with payments of $948,916.81. Manual AP checks, $33,464.10. Gross payroll, September 10th, $384,311.14. Gross payroll, September 24th, $370,255.12. Melanie Fitness Center register 198 is payments of $4,579.19. With the gross payroll for Melanie on September 10th, $981.11. Gross payroll September 24th, $981.11. Total corporate payments on this register, $1,743,488.58. Moving to our electronic payments register, which is payment register 197, has corporate payments electronically, $40,632.91. Water fund register 197, payments $311,436.39. Total payments on register 197, $352,069.30. I move to pay registers 197 and 198 collectively, with one addition. There was the severance payment, which was approved by the board. I would ask that that payment be added to the register.
They are determined to get that severance payment out and make the people pay for that severance payment, bro. They are determined to make the taxpayers pay for that severance payment that the mayor is against. And I'm sure most people would be against it too. Once you understand what they're saying, it's like, bro, what y'all trying to do? They is determined to put that on the agenda and get that paid.
Okay. Is there so you making a motion?
That's my motion. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There a second?
Second.
Okay. There
Of course they second. Of course they do.
is a motion and a second. Can you call the roll?
Mayor, we would do a discussion.
Oh, you got discussion. Oh, I'm sorry.
God damn, bro, you already stated what you wanted. Got the motion and a second, and you want a discussion. What you got to say? What else you got to say? Let's see what House got to say, y'all.
Go ahead. I thought that was it.
I would think that
Any
that's
discussion?
it.
I'm sorry, real quickly. Can you tell me who seconded that?
Belcher.
Okay.
The Jackal's lair. What up?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's one item on there I wanted to ask about. It was one that looked like it was paid on the last warrant list, but I didn't.
Wrongfully fired. My understanding, when a new mayor comes into administration, the new mayor has the ability to replace anyone they see fit. They have the right to do that. You know, like even when the president comes in, even though you was there in that position for the last president, the new president could come in and replace everybody because he get the right to do that. How could that be wrongful? Just because you ain't like that person get fired, that can't be wrongful. That's within their right. Part of the game. That's to my understanding.
Have opportunity to talk. Okay. Oh, there's one item on there I wanted to ask about. It was one that looked like it was paid on the last warrant list, but I didn't have opportunity to talk to Chris. Marvelous Media was on page 6 for 2 payments, and it looks like that was paid on the last warrant list. So I wanted to ask Chris, is that a duplicate invoice, or is that something different?
All right, well, that's a valid question. That's a valid question.
I believe that was pulled on the last warrant list as not to be paid. So that's why it's on this warrant list.
That's what I'm saying, because Marvelous Media is Marvelous Media, the Mad Bomber. These are the things that they've been refusing to pay for months. The trustees been refusing to pay that. I specifically Mad Bomber, and now he mentioned Marvelous Media. I remember now, Marvelous Media. That's what the one they was arguing about, whether or not they should be paid the amount to come out and film them and shit. So they've never approved that. Never. every time they shut it down. So he's now all of a sudden confused on why it's on the agenda. I thought we paid that. No, you didn't. You could have never thought you paid that. You've been shooting that down every time it come up. You and Miss Belcher particularly. You could have never thought it was paid. Stop playing, bro. You couldn't have thought that was paid, bro. You specifically, you be the main one fighting that one. So I don't know how he could have thought it was paid.
Invoice, or is that something set or something different?
I believe that was pulled on the last warrant list as not to be paid. So that's why it's on this warrant list.
Didn't
I
recall
thought
that
we
one.
paid
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Because in the system, it still showed it outstanding, that it was run, but it was not processed through for a check.
It was not, okay.
Chris, it was a different amount last. I'm sorry, can I be recognized, Mayor?
Go ahead, trustee.
It was a different amount on the last warrant list. And so if it wasn't paid, then why it's not the same amount?
One sec, let me pull up. No, the invoices 180 and 183, they're both for the same dollar amount on the last warrant list. So warrant list for the 9/7 bill run, the invoice 180 and 183 were both for the same dollar amount as it is on the 10/4 warrant list. Now, on the last bill run, the amount was larger for the overall payment, but they had more invoices on there.
The one that had $4,600?
Yes. That one had 5 invoices on that warrant list compared to this one only has 2 invoices on there.
Well, maybe if y'all paid them when it's time to pay them, every time they do work, it won't have to keep coming up. And it seemed like, well, didn't we? Why is it more? They're still working for you guys. You're just not paying them for the work. But they're still working for you. And you're not paying them. And they're still working. Because that's usually how it works with the city. If you ever got a contract from the city, you will be fighting to get your money for months. But you still got to do the work all that time while you wait for the money. Is people like these people be the reason why you got to wait so long for your goddamn money and you already did the work. They over there playing politics with your money. Listen, if you paid them on time like you were supposed to, then every time you see a new invoice, it wouldn't feel like it keep going up. It would feel like, okay, well, this is for the new work they did.
Okay, so on the last one, it was some, and then we voted, we had them removed. So now only 2 of them are being placed on the warrant list?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I have a couple of other questions. I called earlier, and this is.
I'm telling you, so boy, we could just do we could just start doing segments on the corporate bills alone, bro. That's the juicy part. Listen, if I just wanted to get to the juicy part, I would skip all that other stuff we listen to and just get to corporate bills every show. Just corporate bills. It would be the corporate bill show. I'm telling you, because that's where all the drama is. But I want to make sure we get the context and the atmosphere and the feel and the feel of the environment on how they're dealing with each other before they get to that part. Notice, before we got the corporate bills, you would have thought that everybody be hugging each other when they get out of this meeting. Before they got the corporate bills, you would swear everybody here is good on great terms, man. They was like, man, I would like to thank you for coming out, and I would like to thank the community, and I love what happened. And as soon as they get the corporate bills, it'd be like, man, like, as soon as they get the corporate bills, everybody true feelings come out. It'd be like, man, all right, corporate bills, boy. They talk about money be dividing people. It's not even their money. It's not even their money. None of these people here, the money belongs to them, but the money divides these people, man.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I have a couple of other questions. I called earlier, and these are just questions. I seen some admin fees throughout the warrant list. Are those escrow refunds, or why is it listed under admin fees?
So those, if I'm reading the ones that are correct in regards to what you're.
Hold on. I didn't really understand what she said.
Escrow refunds, and these are just questions. I seen some admin fees throughout the warrant list. Are those escrow refunds, or why is it listed under admin fees?
So those, if I'm reading the ones that are correct in regards to what you're referencing for admin fees, the ones that are charged to 01/21/598.
Yes.
Those have to do with police refunds, in the sense of they charge an admin fee, but when they go to adjudication, the village does not win, and they have to reimburse the individuals for those charges.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
And then I emailed the mayor in reference to the dump charges for the EPA. And then traffic control and protection, street signs. Are these the street signs, any of these street signs, the ones that was placed on MLK?
I don't know.
Mayor, do you know?
What was your question?
The street signs, are these the street signs that was placed on MLK?
The ones that's on the warrant list, that would have to be Stacy's department. Stacy?
Yeah, I'm not sure which invoices you're referring to.
It says, it's three different ones. It say noise signs, stop signs, and street signs. So I'm asking about the street signs.
I can only go off the description. If it was anything else, it would have specified it.
Oh, so I can get back to you.
I'm about to say, Stacy, you're gonna have to go get the information. I mean, you probably can't get it right now, but you can't just. Stacy about to be like, man, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Stacy. Stacy, like, well, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Stacy, you're gonna need to find out what she's talking about. Like, yeah, man, Stacy over there, like he just going. Well, I'm not sure, bruh. All right, well, you're gonna need to get back to her with the information then that she needs, so she can have a full understanding, bro. That's what transparency is. She's gonna need to have a full understanding, bro. If she's confused, she's gonna need to have a full understanding. Me personally, I think she should have contacted you before this meeting and got this understanding. That's why I think they always having these disagreements and little banter back and forth, or whatever you would call it, the bickering. I think they have the bickering because this type of stuff should be like these concerns. She should have contacted, in my opinion, when she had these concerns before the meeting, she should have contacted Chris. Chris would have told her what he just told her here, and she would have had to contact the mayor. The mayor would have told her what she just told her here. She would have had to contact Stacy, and in that moment, because it's not in the meeting, Stacy would have been able to take the time and pull up all that stuff she needed, and she would have got it before they got to the meeting. She would have had full clarity on whether or not she want to mess with it or not. And that's what I feel they avoid all the time. I feel like that part right there, all this could be done already instead of here. Because at this point, he can't pull it up because he probably not where he needs to be to get the information and all that. But if they had a conversation before, all this could have gotten arranged. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I don't agree with how they do it. I'll be like, did y'all really want this stuff to get solved? Because you could have really made an effort behind the scenes to get this stuff before the meeting. It is what it is.
Nice.
I can only go off the description. If it was anything else, it would have specified it.
Oh, so I can get back to you, trustee, if
That's fine. That's fine. Not a problem.
You're gonna have to, man, because like, bro,
Not a problem.
Most likely don't have the actual invoice itself. Most likely they have an invoice number, a name. Because on these lists, you don't really have the scan of the actual receipt and stuff. It's usually get put into a record, and it's usually have the order number or the receipt number or something like that. But you won't really have all the details. That stuff you can get from the departments. You know what I mean? You can the numbers on the paper, the order number, receipt number, whatever. Those is references that you can use to get the actual documents from the departments. So they're not gonna really have it. The trustees are not really gonna have it on hand, but they have the reference to contact whatever department to get the actual documents if they needed it. So that's why Stacy and them, that's what they're there for.
Any more questions, guys?
Yeah, Trustee Holmes, I have a quick one.
Sure, go ahead, Trustee Holmes.
Hey, Medley Fitness Center, what is that money being paid for if revenue is not coming in? Just a quick question.
Sure, Chris.
That is a good question.
It's subsidized by the general fund. So for whatever, from the rental, whatever the difference between what the rental is and the expenses for Melanie, is subsidized by the general fund.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anyone else?
What they paying rent? What's that rent?
Yeah, ma'am, may I be recognized?
You know what?
I just have a couple of questions. I think they're for Chris. Dr. Tech LLC. I think I've seen that before. Can you tell me, Chris? What's Dr. Tech LLC?
Can you tell me which page?
Yes, I know we have two. So let me go to the top. Give me one moment, I'm struggling.
Is it any other questions, Trustee?
Yeah, while I look for that one, because I know we had two pages. I know you can come back to that one for me.
Shout out to Letitia for the Cash App. She said $10 challenge for support. I appreciate you. Shout out to Letitia. $10 challenge for support. The Cash App. Thank you.
I guess my second question was, I just wanted to know what the EPA cleanup was that in addition with the Homer that we agreed on, that we approved for the board, was that something different in terms of those, the $25,000 and the $15,000 for the EPA cleanup mulch?
Okay, Chris.
Let me pull up mulch.
Yeah, Chris, it said EPA cleanup mulch pickup.
Yes. So what's your question, Trustee?
My question is this something separate from, is this an additional cost or is it in addition to the Homer? I know that we approved Homer to come out to remove the trash, remove the mulch. So I was just wondering, is this $25,000 and $15,000 in addition to the $70,000, $5,000 that we approved to Homer, or is it together?
This is a different vendor, but it all relates to that EPA situation you guys have and the repairing and the cleanup of that area.
Got it. So I guess I just want to be clear. So the $75,000 that we approved as the board, is this $40,000 coming out of that $75,000 that we approved, or is it in addition? So are we paying the $75,000 that we approved for Homer and this $25,000 and $15,000, or is it all just coming out of the $75,000 that we approved?
You want to answer?
No, I'm making the question clear.
Yeah, it's coming out of the $75,000 altogether. So I was hoping he can clear it up for you, but yeah.
If you need me to specify, Mayor, I can.
She said she understands. So
No. If you can, go ahead, Mayor. If you can, because I just wanted to make sure I know Chris didn't have a response.
Sure. Go ahead, Stacy.
So the 75 was approved. We used the change from that because Homer only invoiced us somewhere around 39,000. We used the change from that 75 to continue the cleanup process.
Got it. Okay, so we use what Homer charged us, and then we have this amount coming out of the 75,000.
Correct.
Perfect. That's what I was wondering. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. Can you call the roll, Clerk Key?
Sure. Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
and Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. All right. Let me. Okay. For sake of time, I'm going to. It's a lot to read, so let me drink something for that. Okay. Next on the agenda is old business.
I guess we got through corporate bills. Okay. Or are we still on corporate bills? It sounds like we got through corporate bills.
I gotta read that. Are we done? Okay, so the way the attorney explained it to me for approval, but I'll just read this first one, then the next one I'll just bundle up, just so everybody understand what we are doing. So old business, approval of consent items. Number 1, resolution 21 related to the fire department reporting software from ESO Solutions Corporation to replace the current FH fire reporting software to integrate the Village of Dolton Fire Department emergency response reporting with daily/buzz, central dispatching, and billing services. Number 2, approval to hire Kendall Perry for a grant writer contract. Number 3 is a contract with Agile Technology LLC. Number 4 is an ordinance regarding registration of long-term rental and extending the contract to include long-term rentals. Number 5 is an ordinance to change the registration renewal date for each business license. Number 6 is a resolution.
You can hear the lawyer. It's crazy because she acting like she's reading it, but I can literally hear the lawyer telling her what to say. It's like, she act like she act like she's reading it, but you can hear the lawyer telling her what to say and she's repeating it. I mean, that's not a big deal. It's still little funny stuff. Like, you're not even reading that.
And extending the contract to include long-term rentals. Number 5 is an ordinance to change the registration renewal date for each business license. Number 6 is a resolution approving electronic system for the Freedom of Information Act request.
Or maybe she is reading it and she's telling her which ones to read, because she's definitely telling her what to read.
Number 7 is to purchase a new Toshiba copier for the Village of Dolton Police Department. Number 8 is Resolution 21 a police force management system for the Village of Dolton Police Department. Number 9 is a resolution for Class 8. The address is 14121 Martin Luther King Drive. And number 10 is a resolution for Class 8, 14143-14145.
I guess she's doing both. She's reading now.
Martin Luther King Drive. Can I have a motion to approve those items?
I would motion that we approve all items with the exception of number 3.
All right. Seems like we about to. Anytime I hear exception, I expect arguments.
Second.
Okay. Number 3. Okay. So.
Any reason why?
So you want to remove the contract with Agile Technology?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to talk about it separately, or what would you like to do?
That one we have. I did email over to the board for consideration, and we have somebody else that wanted to make a presentation that I wanted to request be on the agenda for committee of the whole.
That's interesting. They want to take somebody off the contract And when they ask why, when she asks why, they got somebody else in mind. I hope this other people you have in mind is because of the better service and stuff that you're gonna get, and not because that's one of your peoples. I hope that's not one of the homies. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Board for consideration, and we have somebody else that wanted to make a presentation that I wanted to request be on the agenda for committee of the whole. So just a comparison to that presentation before moving forward.
Okay, he said a comparison to that presentation before moving forward. Okay, hey, listen, a comparison is fine. We'll see. No problem.
Okay. So there's a motion and a second by Trustee Howe, second by Trustee Steves. Can you call the roll, Clerky?
Sure.
No problem. Listen, he wants to do a comparison. He's not trying to outrule the other one. He's saying he wants to do a comparison, and then they're gonna. All right, I'm with that. That's reasonable. That is reasonable.
Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I can't vote on one of these, so we might have to break this up because I have to abstain from one.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm.
So you want to
I'm
abstain?
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
And Trustee House?
Aye.
Okay, approval of all items in letter A with the exception number 3. Agile.
Okay. So thank you so much. Rod, I see you are on here. Make sure you get with the Board of Trustees as it relates to a presentation again from the board regarding your company and your service. So thank you again for your time, and thank you so much for making sure Trustee Norwood was able to get the kids to the game that Sunday. So appreciate you. Next.
Thank you.
B, approval of resolution 21 related to a contract for media consultants, high society management. I'm gonna open the floor up. Anybody have any discussion regarding this? For no discussion? Okay, is there an approval to, well, can I have a motion to approve a contract with High Society Management? Okay, do the board have any discussion regarding it?
What's happening here, man?
Okay, is there an approval to, well, can I have a motion to approve a contract with High Society Management?
Let me guess. This is a company you want to hire or something? Because they don't seem like they're gonna.
Okay, do the board have any discussion regarding it? Y'all got any comments? Anything? Okay. Yeah, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that we discussed the PR ones before, but overall, I just want to wait until I know that Chris said on the finance meeting, we need to watch our spending on our finances. So I just want to wait to see what things are. That's my answer with that.
Okay. So for the record, from our Board of Trustees, it amazes me how you guys vote on things such as giving someone a service package of $7,000, which we did not aid. But
I mean, listen, what she about to say and what she started saying, the direction she's going, I already agree with what she's about to say. But her saying it right now is only going to make matters worse and the relationship worse between her and the trustees. She about to call them out. Y'all willing to spend money to give somebody free money, but y'all don't want to do something that's going to benefit the city. She's going to call them out. And of course, they're not going to like that. And
for, but we found the money to do it. But yet when it's something that's needed for community, such as a PR, so when something bad happens, you have a spokesperson, that's said that you guys will put that on the back burner, but you will make sure that y'all just voted to pay a young lady $7,000 that only been here for 5 years. So I don't think that's right. I think y'all should reconsider that. And y'all keep saying y'all waiting on the budget and the money. We didn't budget for that, but y'all just approved that. But y'all gave Sean Howard a contract for 4 years with no problem. And all I was doing was replacing what was there. So
y'all gave Sean Howard a contract for 4 years. So you see, we got some things happening with who the trustees is giving contracts to and who the mayor is giving contracts to. And there's a conflict there.
It wasn't like it wasn't budgeted for. That was already in.
Thank you, Mayor.
So, for my trustees, if you guys are reconsidering, anyone else before we move on to the next item? Okay. Next on the agenda is Approval of resolution 21. So let me explain before I go into this. The reason why this is on the agenda is because the last board meeting that the Board of Trustees called for a special meeting was an illegal meeting. So I'm saying to you guys that due to the fact it wasn't signed, your documentation when you posted it, it was illegal. So I'm saying that you guys need to revisit this and re-vote for this here at this meeting so that it is in stone that you guys do want to get the sidewalks replaced and the alleys done. So that's the reason for this. So for letter C, is there a motion to approve these items once again?
Well, Mayor, if I can comment, the statement that it's illegal, my perspective, as well as that of the legislative council that we retained, was that it's a legal meeting. So I feel that that was properly approved, and I will not be voting. I will not be motioning at this time.
All right, so they went and got their own legal counsel, which their legal counsel was supposed to represent all of them. They didn't agree with the things that the legal counsel was saying. They went and got their own legal counsel. So now there's two legal counsels. And their legal counsel is advising them things that's completely opposite of what the village legal counsel is advising the mayor. And that right there puzzles me because I'm like, well, what's the law? Well, what is the law? Like,
Okay, anyone else? Okay, so just make sure you have it for the record, Clerk Key, what I just stated, so that they do understand that the meeting that they previously had was illegal for the second time. You guys posted a meeting without signing it properly or posting it properly. That's why I'm stating that you guys should have just took this action and just voted again, and that way everything would have been actually in stone. Next on the agenda is D, approval of resolutions and ordinances discussed on September 27, 2021, special board meeting. Item I, ordinance amending ordinance number 1-6-7, appointment to standing committees, resolution 21, to basically adhere to ordinance 19-009, advising consent, and resolution 21- to censure of mayor. Can I have a motion to approve all the items jointly?
I make a motion to move to approve item D of everything 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Who's that? I didn't
Sorry,
catch
who second? I didn't see who second.
A second.
Thank you, trustee.
a motion is second. Please call the roll.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
I would say no. I think the appointment should be still with the mayor, with the standing of the committee, and anybody trustees that would be the mayor. My vote would be the same for them too.
trustee Brown. Aye. Trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next on the agenda, we have discussion regarding the uses of the 1.5 million grant received from the American Rescue Act Plan Fund for COVID-19 relief. So in your package, I also sent the email out regarding the usage for this money. I know I asked you guys at the last meetings, what would you like to see done with the money? So I made a plan for us, what we should do with the money. So I need your opinion so we can start getting structure to this and we can start voting on how we're going to dish the money out. Some of the things in here, I think a lot of you guys would agree with. One that I'm actually really proud of is that we're able to get the water meters, meaning the digital water meters in the household. So I allocated, I think it was 500,000 for that on the last page. And then I allocated 700,000 for the public use and economic impact, and that goes to the business district and the residents. So we able to fix people's homes, we able to pay people water bills, which I told you guys in the past that if we pay their water bills, we benefit as well, because now when we get the money back in, we can give the money to the City of Chicago and help our water money budget that we have for them. And then for the business district, you have to show that you lost income or was closed down due to COVID. So
you talking about paying people water bills, Lord of mercy.
So I would love to give them some relief as well. So once they prove that, that's why I need the Board of Trustees to help write the law as it relates to how we want to dish it out. Now, I did advise the attorneys to start on this. So once we have our next town meeting, you guys can amend, adjust. If you guys have any ideas, please join in at this time. Oh, and then we put money to the side for COVID testing, because as you know, people come in and out of our village hall, and I want to make sure that the staff aid is covered. So when they come in, they're doing a weekly test, just like it is anywhere else per the governor and the president. You have to do weekly tests if you're not vaccinated. So that's another plan. So any input from you guys? Oh, wait, one more thing, my bad. If you read the second page in the middle, it says the services that the village could also pay for is the village clerk software, which was $6,500. The mold remediation, which was for the firehouse, don't have a price on that yet. The paving of the police department parking lot, which was $56,000, and the ESO software for the fire department, which was $10,000, and security cameras for village hall, which is $30,000. So I put a bunch of different options in here. I don't know if any of you read it as of yet, as what we can use with the money. So I'll take any questions, any ideas, so we can make this work.
May I be recognized?
Sure.
I read the letter that you sent out.
Okay.
And I do agree with the fact of infrastructure, and I definitely know we need cameras and stuff at Village Hall and the parking lot for the fire police department. So when I read it today, I'm in agreement with it. I mean, of course, the main thing is the infrastructure, which is huge. So I mean, I will hope that moving forward, like you sent this out, just keep us. We'll engage with each other and communicate with each other as far as the next step forward. Just try to work together, make it as transparent as possible.
Definitely, I agree, and I think it goes on both ends. So I appreciate it. Anyone else?
Yeah, Mayor.
Sure. Go ahead, Trustee Norwood.
Real fast, I was going to say, I took a look at it also, Mayor, and a couple of the things I was in agreement with, such as the grants and the loans for the small businesses, and even for the unemployed workers. I guess I did have a question. I was just wondering if we can use some of the COVID funds for counseling, like therapy, for individuals who have lost someone due to COVID or who may be experiencing mental challenges due to the pandemic. So I guess that was just a question that I was wondering if we could use some funds or we could allot some funds there.
I will refer that to the attorney and have her look into that if we can. I'm all for it.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Mayor, if I could be recognized.
Trustee House?
Yeah, the one thing I think I mentioned at the last one too is there are some streets that have severe issues with their sewers that I think because of financial reasons we could not get fixed, and I think it would be a good opportunity to look at those infrastructures because they'll have sewer issues that back the water up all the way into people's homes. So if that could be used for that, that would be my suggestion.
Okay, that's in here as well. That's on page 2. And then also we do have funds in the sewer fund. Chris always tells me, so we can always use money to fix the sewers.
Thank you very much.
Mayor, trustees, I do want to note from the research we've done on American Rescue, the water meter project would not really fall into as an acceptable usage of the funds. If you are expanding access to water is one thing, but if you are trying to increase the billing portion of it, that does not fall into the goal of the infrastructure when it comes to water is expanding access, not improving reading capabilities.
Okay.
So if you're changing water main lines, sewer lines, those types of things, those are acceptable usage. But for installing new meters, that does not fall into an acceptable usage of the monies.
Okay, well, duly noted. I'll still double check because I thought we went over it, but I'll double check. But thank you for that.
No water meters, Mayor. No.
Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, thank you guys for giving me feedback. I will have the attorneys draw something up so we can move forward. And then we'll be emailing you during the week so you can give us your input. So come to CAL meeting, we all on one accord as relates to a plan for the public of how we're going to give the funds out for the business district residents. Next on the agenda is a special item from Special Board of Trustees meeting, September 27, 2021, a directive motion regarding police protection. So this was Trustee Belcher. So I guess the floor is yours.
Well, we discussed it at the special meeting, so it's a matter of voting on it or to make a decision if the board wanted to take it into executive session, but it's really a matter for voting right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's up to you guys. You tell me what you would like to do. Is no ordinance or resolution on here, so I didn't understand what your directive was because y'all have nothing together as relates to this item. So
The original one came with the meeting when we had the special meeting, Mayor. It was attached to it.
Yeah, it's no ordinance on it, just something like someone wrote something. So I did confer with the attorney, and the attorney stated there is no directive. So was it an ordinance form, a resolution that has nothing at the top? Like how when we read all these items, it say ordinance number or resolution, your item don't have that. It's just like someone wrote a paragraph making a statement.
So we can discuss it. I'm asking the board members if you want to discuss it in executive session or.
Well, we already discussed it, so.
Why I be feeling like they be hiding something, man? Kiana, the last time with House, like they be feeling like they be like, what happened to all the transparency? What happened to all the transparency, man?
So we can discuss it. I'm asking the board members if you want to discuss it in executive session or.
Well, we already discussed it, so if it's
okay.
So if you guys' mind is made up, right? But hear me out. If you guys' mind is made up and you feel that this is something you want to do, let's move forward and keep it moving. I don't want to prolong the meeting any longer because we're at the end. So I still stand the same way I have before. I'm a single mom. You all know that with a 2-year-old daughter. So for you all to even
this is about her having security. Extra security.
Think or consider removing something like that from myself that's given to everyone in the nation as relates to when you're in politics. It comes with the title. It ain't nothing that I just made up and cat.
Belcher like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care if you safe or not. I don't like you.
Like that from myself that's given to everyone in the nation as relates to when you're in politics. It comes with the title. It ain't nothing that I just made up and cat. So you guys know about the threats, you know about everything, and y'all broadcast everything here to the public, the last board meeting, and what you think happened after that. So all I'm saying to you is that y'all should take that consideration. And for you to be a woman yourself, Trustee Belcher, it's a shame for you to even try to go this route. So I guess everybody mad. Hold on. I guess everybody upset because I didn't pay for you guys' hotel rooms. So I guess it's your way of trying to get back at me over police detail, which I feel is petty. I do feel that that's beneath you guys, and I'm not gonna stoop to the level because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I need to do because I'm gonna protect myself and my daughter, which is my family, that you guys are putting at stake by putting on this clown show as relates to my safety. I don't appreciate it. I said that before. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. So I just pray that nothing happens. I'm gonna move this forward to Chief Collins real quick. He's gonna make his statement. We make all our statements for the record. Then y'all can make y'all vote. Chief Collins, you have the floor.
Okay. So these statements that she be making, it just makes things worse. Because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Certain things she don't have to say. She can make her statements about um, her safety and what she feels. She don't have to add, "Oh, you guys is mad because I didn't pay for your hotel room." She don't gotta add that. She don't, you know what I mean? Certain little things, because it's possibly not that. What if it's not that? What if you believe that's what it is, and what if it's not that? You know what I mean? Like, these things just make the relationships worse. And she's not helping. Although I agree with her. I agree with what she's saying. Should she say it right here like this? No. But I agree with what she's saying. I think they are mad. And I think they are doing this because I think they're spiteful and petty. And I think she's spiteful and petty. And I'm starting to see some of her retaliation, how petty she can be. So that's very interesting.
The one thing that I will say is, as it pertains to the state statute and when it comes to threatening public officials, it does move it into a different level from misdemeanors into
Captain Wolf, what's up? Cache, what's up?
felonies. But the one thing I won't do is shift the police department into a political arena. If someone needs protection because of a threat, a real threat, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to protect whoever it is. And that would be pertaining to any other village official that came under those type of circumstances. The fact that it being the mayor just happens to be the mayor. Some things happen, some things are proven, and we have to act as a police department on the things that we must do. So that's where I'm going to leave it.
Thank you.
All right, and then next, I'm gonna give Attorney Shantae Rains the floor. She has a legal opinion of this as well. Then you guys can vote.
So we were asked to review this also to see if there was any impropriety with respect to providing the protective service. And we're in agreement, obviously, with Chief Collins regarding the threat to public health and safety of an elected official. There will be nothing improper or illegal about it, particularly given the threats that have been made to the mayor in her official and personal capacity. And given that, obviously, she's a mother with a young child, we feel that there's nothing improper about what's being done. And it is something that, again, as Chief Collins indicated, this is something that is not new. It's ordinary and customary to provide protective services to officials when they're acting in their official capacity and where it's deemed appropriate by the law enforcement.
Thank you.
I just have one question.
I mean, listen. There's some spitefulness going on here. Now, the atmosphere is that there's protests and people coming out to gather and protest at the mayor's residence, in front of the mayor's house. It creates an unsafe situation. And the trustees seem, I should say, Kiana Belchard seems to love every moment of it. But it creates a very unsafe situation for the mayor, which would call for a need of an increased level of security when it comes to the mayor's safety. They don't want to accept that. And I can't see, outside of them having issues with the mayor, why they can't see the logical need for more security given the situation. I don't know why they wouldn't see it. I don't know why they wouldn't see it. What if it was them? What you think they would want?
That no one has yet answered. We asked how long. The last meeting, we were saying how long.
Okay.
And these type of questions is very, very sadistic. There's random threats on your life. How long you think you're gonna need security for? Until it stops? Until it stops? How long, Mayor? How long you think they're gonna be threatening your life? How long? Until they're not doing it anymore. Because they want the mayor to give them a date on when she's gonna be safe again. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The security is going to be needed for as long as this atmosphere continues. If the atmosphere changes, no need for the security. They're making it seem like she wants it for no reason. They're making it seem like she wants the security when there's no atmosphere. That's not the case right now. So I don't understand how They can't see it unless they just don't want it. It's something that you're gonna have to spend the money for. The safety of the mayor is more important than a lot of things, and you're gonna have to foot that bill. Try to create a more safe environment for the mayor.
And I
Will this
stated,
continue?
sure, I answer, and I answered it then. I stated that in the previous past mayor, he had it for his term, so we'll go with my term. It ain't nothing I made up. It's just something that came with my.
Oh, she just said something. She just said something different though. She said the last mayor had it for his whole term, so she wants it for her whole term. Wait. You mean the extra security? Not the extra security. Maybe the regular security detail. But does she mean she wants extra security for the whole term? Like, how the hell will we give you that? No, for as long as it's necessary. The hell wrong with her? Hell no. Well, shit, they're not gonna approve that. For the rest of the term, why? You just know you're gonna be in danger for the whole term? Nah. For basically until it is determined that it's no longer needed. You know what I mean? But they should be willing to do it for the whole term if she's in danger for the whole term. If she's in danger for the whole term, she's gonna need it, regardless. But if she doesn't need it before the term, there should be some kind of negotiation that, well, if the atmosphere is to where you don't need it, then we won't give it to you. But if you need it for your whole term, then we're gonna have to give it to you. I'll deal with that. But she sounds like she wants it regardless. Her response right here sounds like she wants it regardless of the atmosphere.
I have one question that no one has yet answered. We asked how long. The last meeting, we were saying how long.
Okay, and I
Will this
stated,
continue?
sure, I answer, and I answered it then. I stated that in the previous past mayor, he had it for his term, so we'll go with my term. It ain't nothing I made up. It's just something that came with my seat when I became mayor. So for you guys to want to take it away for whatever reason, I'm not understanding.
Is she talking about her just regular security detail, or she talking about like the extra security? Because first of all, y'all can't take away her security detail, period. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The mayor needs a security detail. But the extra security, that is different. Like, they can't, come on. If they're trying to take away her regular security detail, come on. Come on now. We got to be reasonable here. That's ridiculous.
You're not doing anything extra. It's the same thing as when a police officer going into work for a detail, they basically give an assignment. The assignment is to protect the mayor. So that's what we are with it.
You saying Riley had protection?
He did. He had Pete Zeno's. Trustee Belcher knows that.
So 24 hours. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he had Pete Zeno, yes.
Okay. I don't remember that.
24 hours. Come on, Belcher. Henyard, what are you talking about? Pete Zeno. Okay, he had Pete Zeno. Tammy said 24 hours. She said he had Pete Zeno, yes. He could not have no Pete Zeno for no 24 hours. How? When did Pete Zeno sleep? When did he take lunch? Like, you could not have, like, what are you talking about? Every day? Like, how could you have one officer for 24 hours? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. She answered her own question. She made another question. She made a new question and then answered that. Because Tammy asked her 24 hours. She said he had Pete Zeno, yes. That's not the answer to Tammy's question. You answered yes, but you didn't answer yes to Tammy's question. She basically made another question, like if Pete Zeno was his, like if she answered the question if Pete Zeno was his officer. She said yes to that, but nobody asked her that. So that was kind of slick. Like, lady, he did not have no one dude for no 24 hours. Stop it.
But since you said it, I don't remember that.
All right. Anyone else? So we can call the roll. Anyone else have a statement? Okay. Let's what we call the roll. We don't have a resolution or ordinance. So what are we calling it for?
They want to vote, they have a motion. They have a motion
So
on there, so
you guys need a resolution or ordinance or what else?
they can vote on the motion as it's presented.
So she stated that you can vote on the motion as it's presented. So can you would like to make a motion, Trustee Belcher? And I'm glad to came so you're in a joke. So keep smiling. Go ahead.
Tiffany's triggered. Belcher and them is getting the best of her because they working her with these damn with these decisions they making. They really throwing a monkey wrench in everything Tiffany's doing. And Tiffany's triggered. Look at her face. Look at Tiffany's face. And Belcher is enjoying every moment of it. And now Tiffany's triggered. Like, yeah, she's smiling like it's funny. Like, see, Belcher brings the best out of Tiffany, man. Belcher brings Tiffany from the block out of Tiffany. Belcher make Tiffany become ghetto again and hood again. Because, yo, like, bro, like, why you let her trigger you so much? I see what she's doing, and I know it's triggering, but you the mayor.
That you can vote on the motion as it's presented. So can you, you would like to make a motion, Trustee Belcher? And I'm glad to came to you in a joke, so keep smiling. Go ahead.
Like a threat. That's like a threat. So keep smiling. Go ahead. Mayor, she getting to you. She's getting to you. No good. She is getting to you.
That you can vote on the motion as it's presented. So can you, you would like to make a motion, Trustee Belcher? And I'm glad to came to you in a joke, so keep smiling. Go ahead.
Yes, I would love to make a motion.
Okay.
For the police directive.
All right. Is there a second?
A second.
All right. There's a motion and a second. Can you please call the roll, Clerky?
Just for clarity, is this a motion to move forward or?
Go ahead, clear it up, Trustee Belcher.
Well, actually, per the village administrator, when via email, she wanted to discuss it in executive session because of the fact of we wanted to know how long it was going to be and some other things. When we still were going to vote on it. So at this point, if it's just to move on, whatever the case may be, we're voting to stop the 24-hour direct police directive or detail or however you want to say it. We could have took it into executive session because I don't think anybody wanted not to let you have it. It was a matter of how much it's costing and you have one police officer sitting on your house. So while you were, you know, saying everything you had to say, if it went into the executive session, we could have got all the votes of what we were actually trying to do, but you do whatever you want as you always do, Mayor.
So Kiana is saying that although she is, you know, against it, she was still willing to compromise if the mayor was willing to have an executive session. And it seems like the mayor, based on what Kiana's saying, wasn't interested in the executive session. Hence, Kiana is like, well, fuck it. Let's see what the mayor has to say about that.
And I will. So, you know, I'm going to protect myself and my child.
Votes of what we were actually trying to do, but you do whatever you want as you always do, Mayor.
And I will. So, you know, I'm going to protect myself and my child. So whatever you decide to do here, go right ahead. And as it relates to 24 protection, I do not have 24 protection. That's for the record. So stop putting that out there because I don't. But see how you just said I got one person on my house. You just tell information to people. So whatever people trying to do.
That was discussed.
Kiana saying she has 24-hour detail. Henyard is saying she doesn't. Both can't be true.
Last meeting, please go back and look at it.
But see how you just said I got one person on my house. You just tell information to people. So whatever people trying to do.
That was discussed in the last meeting. Please go back and look at it.
Okay, exactly. And you put it out there then. So that's my point to you. So since then, what you think happened, Trustee Belcher? Another threat.
I really don't care.
I know you don't care, and that's the problem.
I really don't care. You see why? You see what I was talking about? This one right here, Ms. Belcher. Fire her. She don't need to be doing this. You gotta have some kind of accountability for your actions, man. She doesn't want to take no accountability. She mentioned it in the last meeting because they had a little discussion about it to where Chief Collins has something to say about not exactly discussing how much officers is on her detail, right? Because of safety issues. Here she go again. She mentioned that there's one officer. Henyard pointed out, like, you're creating a breach of security when you say these things in the public. And Kiana's response is, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? You letting your personal feelings cloud your judgment as an elected official. You don't deserve to be there. Get out of here. Get out of here. This type of stuff, like, listen, like, this is crazy.
I can look at it.
Okay, exactly. And you put it out there then. So that's my point to you. So since then, what you think happened, Trustee Belcher? Another threat.
I really don't care.
I know you don't care, and that's the problem. You're a woman. That's safe.
She really don't care that another threat was issued to the mayor. You feel what I'm saying? While she's advocating to get rid of the security for the mayor. How does that look? That don't look like you care about the safety of the mayor. That don't seem like you're concerned with the well-being of the mayor. Queen, what's up?
That you don't care what happens to other women and you're sound about it. That's a joke. You shouldn't be like that, because I wouldn't treat any of you like that. If anybody was ever threatened as it relates to my board, I would still protect you regardless of my dislike or discord with any of you. I never treated you like that. When you was in that car accident, Trustee Belcher, I called you. I made sure you was okay. When Brittany got COVID.
This is too personal. I agree with her, but this ain't the place for that. Look what she doing right now. She about to tell her about when you got in the car accident. I called you. Like, this don't got nothing to do with work right now. This ain't politics. This is your personal business behind the scenes after work and all that. Like, you calling her to check on how she doing. This don't got nothing to do with this business right here. MCAS. This don't got nothing to do with this business right here. Like, why are you bringing up personal things in this meeting? This don't got nothing to do. Like, when you were sick, I called you and what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Like or discord with any of you. I never treated you like that. When you was in that car accident, Trustee Belcher, I called you. I made sure you was okay. When Brittany got COVID, I called her, make sure she was okay, offer you all food and anything else that you needed from me as mayor. Because guess what? I am a woman. I am a mother first before any of this political garbage. So stop with the politics. Don't play politics with my family or my life. So I mean that to all of you.
They just gonna ask you who the hell you think you're talking to. That's all that's gonna happen. They gonna be like, who the hell this bitch think she talking to? That's all they're gonna, cause I mean, you know, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Look at you. You just going on. I know you upset. But how did we get here? You don't be helping with the matters, though. Listen, I agree with her. I agree with what she's saying. But this ain't the place to say it. You don't have to deal with it like that. She's being unprofessional. And she's held to a higher standard as the mayor, and that's why, you know, her actions is under more scrutiny. Because, like, at the end of the day, Kiana Belcher ain't the mayor. So even if she's unprofessional, as soon as you become unprofessional, I can see that more than I can see her. Because you're the mayor.
So now y'all make y'all vote, because I'm going to do what I need to do as a parent first.
Who you talking to? Come on. Y'all let her talk to y'all like that? How does this, it doesn't make it any better, because it's like, some of the things they doing to you is because of how you treat them. And they're on some bullshit. But I have to say, some of how you treat them is like, it's a lot of action and reaction. They do something, she responds a certain way, they respond in a whole another way. Like, and it only gets worse. And then, like I said, once people start playing in the mud, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong or who started it anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. It just becomes, look at y'all in the mud, dirty as hell.
Call the roll, Clerk Key.
I got a question real quick. I thought we was going to executive session. I know that's what the administrator said.
No, the administrator, number one, let me clear that up. The administrator did not say that. Trustee Belcher stated she wanted to go to closed session. So then she called back.
As Administrator Cook.
Let me finish, please.
Can't be cutting off the, well, you're not supposed to be.
So then she stated she wanted to go to closed session. She then called back or however the conversation went, and she said she wanted on the agenda for a vote. Again, I asked the attorney about it. Y'all had no directives as it relates to a resolution or ordinance. It was just a motion to do what? So normally when you make a resolution or ordinance, you tell us what you want to do. All you did was write a paragraph. Not in high school. You got to put resolution and ordinance on it so we know what we're doing. This is a government.
Right. I mean, and Belcher, she's like, come on, there's a procedures and stuff. Like, lady, you not, like, she laughs this stuff off like it's a joke. But you got to do stuff a certain way. You have to do it the right way. It makes it null and void if you don't do it the right way. There's a procedure to things. You can't just do it like this because you want to do it like that. You have to go through the right avenues and do it the right way. But you know that. You should know that. It's not going to be valid. Okay. Foxy Brown, what's up?
So if you guys want to take the detail or the security from me, like I said, go ahead. Like, let's move forward. So stop putting my personal business out there as relates to my faith. Call the roll, Clerk Key. Let's go.
Okay, Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Trustee Holmes, unmute yourself. Okay,
While he's unmuting, Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
And Trustee Holmes again. I see he's here, but he's on mute.
Yeah. Okay. So there we have it. Y'all get ready to wave at the officers as y'all see them because they'll be around me. So thank you guys again. Next we have is that
So basically, even though they voted to stop the detail, she's still gonna get the detail, and I guess they're gonna figure out how it gets paid later on. At the end of the day, I'm gonna need the security. So regardless of what, I'm gonna get the security, and we're gonna figure this out later. In my personal opinion, if I still can get the security and we're gonna figure this out later, we're gonna figure this out later. Cause you guys want me dead or want something to happen to me. And I'd rather deal with all that later on. So if she's in hot water for the security detail, hey, she knows her consequences. But if she feels like she wants to take that chance for her safety and go, hey, listen, it's on her. It's on her. Just know what your consequences is. If it's gonna cause you to be in hot water, well, shit. I guess your safety is worth being in hot water, eh?
one. Cookie.
I'm sorry.
That was 5, right?
Courtney Peach, what up?
Okay. Oh, well, here's Trustee Holmes now. Okay, 1 second.
Well, Trustee Holmes about to give a little speech. I bet he gonna be like, "Well, I don't think we should take away the security detail for the mayor. I think the mayor deserves a security detail, given the fact that she has a daughter and she's a woman, and I think that we shouldn't take away that for the mayor. I think we should definitely let the mayor have a security detail. Thank you. So I vote no."
Come back at the restroom break. Okay. What are we doing
now?
Jenny, what's up, Jenny?
Are voting on the Board of Trustees to remove police protection from myself, and it's on the floor to remove it. That's what the issue is right now. So can you recite it back on, Clerk Key?
No. She's okay. I'm all right. I'm not. I'm with protecting everybody, even the trustees and everybody. So I'm not going along with that.
So you say no?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Moving on.
Man, did he run from the bathroom? Somebody must have told him, Holmes, they need you to vote. Holmes ran out the bathroom. Hold on, I'm coming. Yeah, what we talking about? Yeah. I think everybody should be protected. Yeah, so yeah, I vote no. Yeah. Holmes tired.
Protecting everybody, even the trustees and everybody. So I'm not going along with that.
So you say no?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Moving on. Next is mayor veto. So veto on veto override. Who would like to start with that?
I'll do that one. This one is the veto for the legislative council that the trustees have requested. So it was put up for a vote. It was vetoed, and this is the
Okay, so they had voted for their own legislative council, their own lawyers, and they want the taxpayers to pay for it. And the mayor said no. So they voted for the taxpayers to pay for it, and the mayor vetoed that shit.
vote to override. So I'll make the motion to override the mayoral veto on legislative council.
Okay. Is there a second?
So they're here to override the veto.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. So of course I have discussion as it relates to that. So you guys speak about y'all saving money, don't want to spend things, and trying to make sure that the residents understand why y'all not giving certain things to them. but yet you guys approve legislative counsel, which is an attorney, for those that don't understand what we're talking about, attorney for the Board of Trustees. I am totally against that. I think it's a waste of money, a waste of time as it relates to government for the village of Dolton. Currently now, I've been in office for only 3 months. Well, I'm on my 4th month now, 4 months. There's no way that we should be at this point as it relates to legislative counsel. All it's going to take for us to do as adults is talk to each other, sit down. That's why I offered a retreat, offered different things before we got to this point of spending wasteful money, which the taxpayers will pay for. Currently now, we have 2 attorneys, which is Delgado Law Firm and also Ansel and Glee. Both firms you guys have voted for and approved when I first came into office as mayor. So now all of a sudden, I guess you guys are not on the same page as relates to whatever with attorneys. So I'm asking the attorneys and I've asked the board, what is it that attorneys have not given you or spoken to you about? Because the only time you need legal representation is when you're not given something or something is wrong. Shantae is a woman and she is a attorney here at the village of Dolton, and she basically gives you guys whatever you want. Half the time when we speak to you, trustees, as it relates to agenda item or ordinance, you guys will come here to a board meeting. You'll say, we'll get back to you. She have emailed you guys on one particular item as it relates to an ordinance for 2 weeks. And you never responded, but you guys said here, oh, well, let me do some research or let me ask questions, but y'all never asked her anything. So I'm trying to understand, why is it that you need an attorney if you have her, if you have Jimmy, who's Delgado Law Firm? So I still think that
They got 2 attorneys. And they're going to make the city pay for a third because they don't like the 2 attorneys or they don't like what the 2 attorneys are saying.
this is wasteful spending. Say it again, this is all for the record. Clerk Key, the Board of Trustees do not need this. We are not at that stage of legislative council because they have attorneys that they do speak with. You had an attorney that helped with the TIF when you guys had questions concerning the TIF district. Jimmy was at your fingertips to like 11 o'clock at night for any of you that had questions. So they are accessible, they are resourceful, and they have helped every one of you as it relates to any question that you ever did have when half the time you don't have any questions. Again, I challenge the trustees, like I stated before, how you pick out everything that y'all feel I'm not doing or that y'all not in agreement with to make sure that y'all do your job, and that's legislate and make ordinances, make laws. That's what the attorney's for. They will help you create a law, and we will bring it to this body and we'll vote on it and discuss it. But you guys haven't been doing anything like that. So I'm trying to understand, once again, what is the need for legislative counsel and what have they not done, meaning the village attorneys, for you that you feel you need this now?
Well, Mayor, if I can say respectfully, this point has been debated, it's been vetoed, and we're back here again. So in the spirit of, I mean, we can go back and look at those previous meetings for that discussion, but I would like to continue. I think we've been having a good.
And yo, Jason, like, man, we spoke about this already. I heard that all this argument. You already stated your case. Yeah, can we vote? Yeah, because we trying to veto that. We trying to overturn that. Like, I don't care what you got to say about that.
Flow to the meeting. So I have no further comment other than it's been discussed already.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. So everybody got their statements on the record. Now moving on to Mayor's report.
Well, Mayor, we still have to vote it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Clerk Key, Colorado.
Sure. Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
No.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
And Trustee House?
Aye.
The motion passed.
All right, moving on, Mayor's report. So residents, as you know, I've been a really busy bee. I've always cared about residents first. I've always made sure.
All right, Mayor's report. In the last 2 Mayor's report, she used those opportunities to take shots at all the trustees. If she makes this a trend, it's only going to get worse.
Sure, community was top priority. I always put my life on the back burner to make sure I do what's needed to rebuild Dolton. This is my mayor's remarks for October 4th. And first I want to announce, which I announced at the last meeting before, on Saturday, September 25th, I hosted a property tax workshop with Thornton Township Assessor Cassandra Hobart and Cook County Assessor Fritz Kiggy, specifically for the residents of Dolton. Many of you have obtained valuable information, which I love. Some of you guys have got certificates of error, which I reported last time, and I'm just happy that the information was resourceful and you got the help that you needed. This month, we will be hosting a trunk or treat party for kids of Dolton. It will be here October 31st at Village Hall in the parking lot. So guys, dress up in your costumes, bring your kids out to all the residents, and make sure you come and have some fun with myself, Mayor Henyard. I don't know if the trustees will be there, but please come on out and have some fun. Next, I am also announcing this early as I get prepared. This year, we will be hosting a holiday decoration competition in December. Again, it's a holiday decoration competition in December. So start to get those decorations out, and that will be coming up. Check
Susie Q, Vegan Beauty.
the website. It is vodalton.org. Again, the website is vodalton.org. Next, on September 25th, the Dawn Police hosted their car show, which I announced before. Thank you, Chief Collins, for everything you have done. Thank you for just trying to bridge the gap with community and the police. I love the initiatives you guys are pushing now, especially community, the foot patrols, and also National Night Out. One thing that I'm just proud to announce that I've always done is the breast cancer walk. I did a breast cancer walk, a breast cancer motorcade. You all know that I'm a big supporter of anything as it relates to cancer. My mom is a breast cancer survivor, and I have other family members that has issues with cancer as well. So I always support the cause. And also, it is Breast Cancer and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So this event will kick off on October 23rd at Melody Fitness. Again, this will be October 23rd at Melody Fitness, and it will be at 11 a.m. So make sure you come out, get your gym shoes, be ready to shut down Sibley again, and do this wonderful walk. It's great people that be there, good exercise. So make sure you come out and join us. This Saturday, I am hosting my gas giveaway. I normally do this every year. Of course, a bunch of haters talk mess about me giving it away when I was running for office. But guess what? I'm not running for office. I have 4 years. You have 4 years of me. Yay. So the gas giveaway will be this Saturday, October 9th, and it will start at noon. It's from noon to 2 p.m. at Food for Less parking lot. Please, you must have your ID. Make sure you have your ID that says Dolton, not an ID that's anything else, because it's strictly for my Dolton residents. I always try to make sure you got the resources that you need, and that is one big resource is gas. A lot of people sleep on all the other things, but gas is crucial for you. The parking lot has been paved at Village Hall. So those that's coming to Village Hall, thank you so much for all your compliments as relates to the progress around Village Hall. I figured what better way than to make sure you fix home, which is Village Hall for me, before you go around giving citations to residents. So I beautified Village Hall by putting down mulch. Thank you, Stacey Carell, the public works team over there. I appreciate everything y'all ever done and everything y'all continue to do. And we did the roof, and now we paved the lot. So of course we're coming out to the residents, and we're doing the alleys, the sidewalks, and the streets now. So if you're in need of any repairs as relates to that, please send an email to vo.dolton.org or go to the Village website, and a pop-up menu gonna come up, put in your email, and also you can get text messages as well. But you gotta put your information in order to be on the list. So remember to do that. The debris on 142nd and Park is almost gone. Again, thank you, Stacy, for that, because Stacy came again and hit the ground running. He made sure that he crossed the T's out his eyes. And once the EPA was on our butts, he made sure that he did not let that project slip at the wayside. So I thank you for that. We're almost 100% removed. Once that happened, we will have a helipad. A lot of people ask me, what is a helipad? It's basically what a helicopter lands in town, but it was always covered with mulch, trees, debris, you name it, it was there. So now we don't have a lot of junk over there now. I'll say that. Again, if your sidewalk is in need of repair, we're currently doing it now. You can directly email Superintendent Carell at scarell@vo.org. His email is scarrel@vo.org. Next one. The stop signs has been put up along 146th Street. That's over there by Roosevelt School. So they're very happy, and so is the residents down there. They had a lot of issues with speeding, flip overs, car accidents, and I'm just happy and thrilled that we was able to give them some kind of relief. I'm thinking about putting a speed bump just there to make sure I got that right. I shouldn't say speed bump because people gonna be on me. We're not doing speed bumps no longer in the Village of Dolton. But the reason why our speed bump for the school, they did ask, is because of the kids. It is a school zone, which people should drive 20 miles per hour, and they don't. So I'm thinking that will alleviate some of the speeding going up and down that area, along with the stop signs. For those that don't know, stop sign enforcement is in full effect. So if you guys are speeding, this is your warning. The police are out there. They are doing hot spots, and they are giving tickets. So please slow down and make all four wheels come to a complete stop. Don't do roll throughs. You see the signs that say roll through is $100. So please stop. Youth program, we're starting to set up applications for the youth program. It will be a 6 weeks, and it's every Saturday for 8 hours a week. The rate will be $11 an hour, and we have only 22 positions available. You can feel free to apply at Village Hall. Come in, get an application, and give it to Janet Johnson, who is HR. Make sure you apply, guys, because those positions will fill up quick, and it's for the winter seasons and also for the leaves. So we're raking leaves, and then we're going to do the snow removal for the seniors. So please, please, please make sure you do what you need to do. Next, I have hired a new media director, Mr. Ontario. Are you there? I don't know if your picture's available. He brings a wealth of experience in the television and media area, so I totally appreciate him. Terry, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, but no facial? Okay, I was going to...
No facial today.
Okay.
I have my 15-year-old daughter listening in, so I don't want to put her on. So.
Okay, I got you. Thank you so much. And I want to announce my new chief of staff slash, it's title, right? Chief of staff slash my assistant, Shanetta? Yep, where your face at, girl? Shanetta. I'm gonna let her introduce herself really quick, so now you can see that I will have a lot more things in order, because my emails will be answered, because I got a lot of emails and I get a lot of text messages. Shanetta, can you come in and say hi real quick?
Hello, everyone. I am Shanetta Davis. Thank you to everyone here who welcomed me, trained me, getting me acclimated to a lot of things. Here, I look forward to meeting all of the department heads, the trustees, working closer with the clerk to be a support and help out in any way possible. In coming days, I'm sure we'll give formal introductions, and I just look forward to getting in where needed and getting the job done. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. She's been so helpful, and I appreciate you to the fullest, because without you, I wouldn't know up down. So thank you for giving me some kind of direction for helping with the complaints and the things that I do get in the mayor's office. Our Mr. Derek Blocker, I appreciate you so much. Core Technology has created a way for us to track your complaints and requests easier. You will be able to find this information by inputting it on the village website, as stated before. Just go to vodom.org, put in your email address or your phone number, and we can basically put you on communication as relates to board meetings or any upcoming things. That is the end of the mayor's report. I appreciate everyone. Just don't forget, the gas giveaway is this Saturday, October 9th at 12 p.m. at Food for Less parking lot. And then the breast cancer walk is going to be October 23rd at 11 o'clock in Melly Fitness parking lot. And last but not least, October 31st, which is Halloween, the trunk or treat party for the kids will be here at Village Hall, meaning in the parking lot from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So please mark your calendar so you won't miss any of these wonderful opportunities. Thank you so much. Moving on, citizens address. Terry, we are ready for questions.
All right, we have, I'm gonna try to stick to questions that pertain to the conversation. There was a question by Ms. Scorpio. She asked, will Assessor Cassandra be working on appeals again? She filed my appeal last year and supposedly there was going to be no charge. However, my property taxes went up almost $3,000.
Okay, keep going, Terry. You're just reading all the questions.
Okay. Will the village keep permit records on record for the matter of at least 7 years? And the EPA situation, what was that about? And then I have a bunch of statements for Public Works, mostly, and I will forward those to Stacy. Mostly statements, not questions.
Okay, any more questions?
No more questions.
Okay, all right. Well, that was a wonderful meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, briefly, if I can, please.
Yes.
One resident asked me if I could announce the rental assistance that Cook County is getting. They thought it got cut off a little bit at the beginning. So just a quick re-announcement, if that's okay. Cook County is giving rental assistance to any individuals that need it. If you apply before October 29th, please apply as quickly as possible. Phone number, again, if you need that assistance, 833-221-9821. Again, rental assistance for anybody that's been affected during this pandemic. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, no problem. And then for the record, trustee, when they ask questions within the chat, what was that? We normally respond through a text or through email. So we answer all the questions with all information.
She's like, hey, you're not supposed to be answering questions in here, man. You know how this go.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
A motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, call the roll, Clerk Key.
Can you tell me who seconded?
House.
House, thank you. Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Trustee Home?
Aye.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 8:26 p.m.
All right. All right. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good evening.
Good night. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. All right, that was interesting. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. So we got a couple issues going on. Belcher and Tiffany has a very adversarial thing going on, and it's actually getting in the way of government, in my opinion. It's getting in the way of government, and we'll see as time goes on. What are the real stumbling blocks? What are the real stumbling blocks? There's a lot of claims and allegations. I'm not seeing any receipts at this point. There's a lot of claims and allegations. One thing that I've learned is that Belcher don't be knowing, and that's not because I don't think she be knowing. I've learned from observing her interactions that Belcher is under the impression that she knows what she's talking about a lot of the time. And some of the times she has to be corrected because she didn't know. So with that, I have to say that Tiffany is much more knowledgeable in the actual job. So when Belcher makes a claim and then Tiffany says that's not how it works, I'm conflicted at that moment because I would like to go with what Belcher says, but I have the understanding that she doesn't really know the job. So then I'm gonna need a third party. I'm gonna need somebody else to step in to, okay, well, do you know how it works? Well, maybe you can come in and clear it up for everyone. Because Belcher's saying this, Tiffany's saying that. Can we get a third party to come in and clear it up for everyone that knows how this works? Because I hate the fact that we get two conflicting uh, stories about how something's supposed to work, you know? And I can't go by the word. Uh, if we were, if it was a police officer and a civilian, the way the society is set up, the officer's credibility in a situation when it's your word against mine, the officer's credibility gives him the edge because of him being an officer. So in this situation, Tiffany's experience as a trustee for 8 years gives her the edge when it comes to who might be right or wrong in the situation about knowing the information. Tiffany has more experience. She would know more than Belcher. So that's just the reality. So whenever Belcher says one thing and Tiffany says something completely different about something that's written somewhere, I would think Tiffany knows. That's so if Tiffany doesn't know, it's shocking. It'd be like, well, Tiffany, you've been a trustee for 8 years. Belcher hasn't been doing this as long as you. I would think you would know, you know? Yolanda Fields, what's up? But I want to thank you guys for coming out. We're going to continue this. We're trying to figure out how did we get here? How did we get to present day? How did this whole Dolton village become such a clown show and a circus? How? We are 4 months into Tiffany Henyard's mayordom, into her administration. We are covering this from the very first time she became mayor, and we're working our way to the present. And right now we are in October of 2021, and we've been covering the special board meetings and the regular board meetings. So in our next episode, we will continue with the following meeting, and we'll see how it goes. But I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. I appreciate y'all, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Ow.